to my channel. I'm Stella. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some super cute Pinterest inspired jewelry. So if you're not subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and let's just get started. For this first necklace, you'll need 2 eye pins, whatever beads you want to use. I'm using transparent seed beads. And then the zodiac charm, which you can get at Michael's. And then as for findings, you'll need jump rings, chain, and a lobster clasp. And then you will also need pliers. The first step is to take whatever beads you're using and your eye pin and just start stringing the beads on there. Now, I did just random colors. I didn't do a pattern or anything, but you can totally do like rainbow or just 2 colors, but I think it looks best when it's just a bunch of random colors. Once you have all your beads strung on there, you want to take your round nose pliers and just form a little loop at the top of the eye pin and make sure it lines up with the loop at the bottom. And to do this, you just take the end of the wire and twist your hand around to create a little loop, and you might need to like re-grip it a couple times and just keep forming it until you get a shape that you like. But make sure that it is closed so nothing slips out. And you will need to make 2 of these, 1 for each side of the necklace. Now take one of your jump rings and open it up by taking pliers on both sides and twisting away from each other. And you are going to take your eye pin with the beads on it and just slip that jump ring in and then add another jump ring on that jump ring before you close it. Next, open another jump ring and attach it to the other eye pin, and then attach that to the second jump ring that is on the other eye pin, and then close it up. Now find your zodiac. I am a Pisces, so I'm obviously going to be using the Pisces charm. And just take your pliers and open up that jump ring that attaches it to the chain. Then you can attach it to the jump ring that connects the 2 eye pins and close it up. Now that we have this centerpiece complete, we need to attach the chain to make it into a necklace. So here I just have a necklace that I've already made, and I'm using the chain and just measuring it to make sure that it is the same length. Now we have the 2 pieces of chain, and to attach it to the necklace, you want to open up the last link and slide that onto the eye on the eye pin. And repeat that for the other side. And now I have a jump ring, and you just want to open that up and put it on one side of the chain. On the other side, I'm just opening up another jump ring and attaching the lobster clasp, and then attaching that to the necklace. And then the necklace is complete. To make the second necklace, you will need some beading string. Here I have some 7-strand beading wire. And then you will need some round beads. I got mine from Michael's. And you will need a tape measure to measure the length of your necklace, and some pliers, some seed beads, and you will need 1 jump ring, 1 lobster clasp, and 2 crimp beads. Here I am just placing down a beading mat so none of the beads slip around, and then I decided to use this medium-sized bead and some gold seed beads. And I am just measuring out how long I want my necklace, so I decided to make mine 14 inches, and that's a little longer than a choker. And I am just measuring out the wire and cutting it with my wire cutters. Make sure you cut 2 to 4 inches extra just for some extra space, so I believe I cut mine to 18 inches. Now this part is a little tricky at first, and I had some trouble in the video, but what you want to do is take your crimp bead and slide it on to the wire, and then take your lobster clasp and slide that onto the wire, and then you are going to feed the wire back through the crimp bead. So this is where it's a little tricky because it took me a couple times. And once you do feed it through, you want to just pull that crimp bead tight so that there's no space between the lobster clasp and the crimp bead. Now, if you had a crimping tool, I would recommend using that, but here I am just using my flat nose pliers to squeeze that crimp bead nice and tight to make sure it stays on there. Here is where the fun begins. We are going to start putting the beads on now. So I actually keep my seed beads on the string, and this just makes it easier because then you can stick the wire onto the beads and then just slide the beads onto the wire, and it is way faster than putting them on one by one. So here I just did a couple inches of the seed beads because I didn't have enough of the white beads to do the whole necklace. And then I am just doing a pattern of one of the round beads and one of the seed beads, and I'm repeating that until I run out of the white beads. Here all I have left to do is one more white bead, and then we are going to repeat what we did on the other side and add a few inches of the gold seed beads. And once again, all I'm doing is taking the beading wire and sticking that through the beads and sliding them off of the string and onto the wire. So we are almost done with the necklace. All we have left to do is attach the jump ring. So here I am taking the crimp bead and sliding that onto the wire, and then you are going to take the jump ring and slide that onto the wire, and you are just going to do the same thing that we did on the other side and slip the wire back through the crimp bead for a second time. And I'm also sliding it through the first couple beads here so you can hide the tail and it won't stick out and poke you. And then you just want to pull that tight. And then take your crimp tool or pliers like me and just squeeze that crimp bead nice and tight. If you still have a bit of a tail, you can cut that off with your wire cutters, and then the necklace is complete. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.